5:45 right now. First time that the Bay Bridge has been shut down during a workday commute day in 20 years. And it's going pretty well. So far, so good. Double live shots to show you the work that is happening on the bridge right now. In fact, in the left-hand box, you can see in the very left side, those sparks flying as crews, there we go, as crews are cutting away this giant double-decker section of the bridge. And they should have this all ready and chunked out to move out onto giant lifts by about 1 o'clock this afternoon. That was the goal. So you see the sparks flying as a massive number of construction workers are disassembling this huge 3,000-ton portion of the Bay Bridge, and they're going to then slide it over and move it down and then put in a new prefabricated piece, which will be a detour for drivers. So actually taking a look from these live shots to a closer picture, this is from the opposite side of the bridge. This is if we were Treasure Island looking towards the bridge this way. Here's the chunk you just saw the sparks flying from. They're working on this. This is about 150 feet up in the air. As soon as they can cut it away, just like a giant Lego, they're going to move it. And by the way, they're using Teflon pads on top of this stilts here that they have. And they're going to slide it over, and they use some dish soap actually to lubricate it. Dawn is what I understand. So they slide it over onto the dark piece that you see there in the bottom, and then they will lower that, haul it away, and then put in the new piece. Sounds easy, although it is unprecedented. And definitely the commute is not easy. That's what we're all going to, hundreds of thousands of people have to deal with this morning. And at 5:47, if things are going to get bad, they should be starting to get bad now. George, what do you say?
Well, Daria, we're going to do team coverage this morning because I'm going to track the hot spot, the Bay Bridge, and then Drew will be covering other traffic. And I'll tell you right now, one of the areas of concern for me, I think we're going to see some big problems in the Hayward area on Highway 92. Not getting to the San Mateo Bridge, but getting off of the San Mateo Bridge. And I'll take you there in just a moment. First, let's concentrate on the MacArthur Maze. Now, this is where all the traffic meets at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, which is, of course, empty right now. So the traffic that we would normally see here on the Nimitz, we would already by this hour start to see some indication of a commute heading westward. We'd see slow traffic on the East Shore Freeway. We'd see some slowing here around the Caldecott Tunnel, but the sensors are picking up no slowing anywhere around the Caldecott, 24, 580, 13, 880, the Nimitz, or even 580 westbound. That, frankly, is a little surprising to me. And now looking at the commute for one of the alternates, the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge to the Golden Gate Bridge, so far the 8580 interchange is clear, and we don't see anything in the way of problems there. And then as you head across the span, so far it looks pretty good for 101 through Marin County. And I know Drew is going to cover this, but I'm just going to back this map up a little bit. And so far we don't see any slowing coming out of Novato for that southbound ride. Now looking at the rest of the ride into the Golden Gate Bridge, southbound 101, still no backup as you head toward the Waldo grade, and the southbound traffic for that span still doing pretty well. This is where I think we'll see some trouble, and let's explain what's going on here. First, there are 2 lanes available for southbound 880 leading to westbound 92, but there's only 1 lane getting onto the Nimitz Freeway, whether it's southbound or northbound, as you come off of the San Mateo Bridge, and we've already seen that the non-commute direction, eastbound traffic on the San Mateo Bridge is a little heavier. And note this here, the northbound 880 ramp to westbound 92 is closed. I think I'll move that over a little bit, and you'll have to use Tennyson Road. So far we're looking at pretty good conditions here, but it's already backing up just a bit heading in the non-commute direction there eastbound. And then of course the other choke point that could be a big hot spot later this morning is here at the 101-92 interchange, but so far looking pretty well. Okay, as we mentioned, it's team traffic coverage right now. My cohort Drew Harmon has a look at the rest of the commute for you.
Thank you, George. Taking a look at some other Bay Area traffic here on the Nimitz. The northbound side is going to be the taillights here headed north of 66 up towards High Street. Street. We're starting to see a little bit of gaining company, but just about average conditions for this time of the morning. Your drive time from San Leandro near 238 up into downtown Oakland currently at 9 minutes. And taking a check of the Golden Gate Bridge, as George just showed you, we're looking at light to moderate conditions so far on the southbound side of 101 headed out of Marin, and thus far we have not added any drive time to your trip from Highway 37 in Novato down to the toll plaza of the Golden Gate Bridge, still at 21 minutes, optimum conditions, and so far the CHP log has been pretty light with incidents or accidents out there. So far things are shaping up nicely, but we are continuing to brace ourselves for the possibility of some slow traffic all around the Bay Area. Stay tuned. We'll be updating throughout the morning.
All right, Drew, thank you very much. Now the latest details on a developing story in the North Bay. Here we've got a grass fire, a 6-alarm grass fire. It is a large one burning here at Lagoon Valley Regional Park. It's just off of Interstate 80 between Fairfield and Vacaville. It sparked about 1:30 this morning. Lots of engines on the scene. In fact, the CHP now has closed the off-ramp from Highway 80 at Cherry Glen Road. That completely shut off. Only emergency vehicles being allowed in. Again, not a lot of information here. We do know that KCRA, a Sacramento news station, had their helicopter above the scene a little bit ago. Saw a lot of flames there. That shot's gone now, but I can tell you we did see a lot of red flames there on the hills, so they're trying to jump on this as fast as they can. We'll keep an eye on it, let you know their progress. Oh, and here are the live pictures now. We've got that shot back here from that chopper overhead, and you can see obviously some hot spots flaring up as embers are blown from one spot to another. They land, they spark another fire. So firefighters out there right now, no word on containment at this point, but obviously they're desperate to get this under control fast. We saw how out of control a vegetation fire can get down in the Los Angeles area with that stations fire down there. So they're going to try and get this stamped out as quick as they can. We'll keep an eye on it and give you updates on their progress throughout the morning. The time now 5:52. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Start your day off big
With the biggest block of news in the Bay Area.
Every weekday, we get you ready in the morning with 7 hours of news and information.
Ready with big coverage of the morning's top stories and breaking news.
No matter what time you start your day.
Ready with more traffic updates to get you where you want to go faster.
And ready with more weather updates so you can plan your day, rain or shine.
It's one big block of news to get you ready. The KRON 4 Morning News, weekdays starting at 4.
Oh, welcome back to the KRON 4 Morning News. Surprise, surprise. We do want to get right to the weather for you. And with that, let's start with Storm Tracker 4. Want to get to Vacaville because there is a grass fire burning out there. So currently, want to give you conditions out there. These are conditions for Fairfield right there. Clear at 60, southwesterly winds coming in at 26 miles per hour. And as we head over to Vacaville, you'll see right here, clear at 65. West-southwesterly winds coming in at 12 miles per hour. 92 degrees will be the high today. Southwesterly winds sustained between 9 and 17 miles per hour with gusts up to 24 miles per hour today. But these are your cooler winds, so that's good news, but we are expecting somewhat gusty conditions in the area, so certainly something to watch out for today. Do want to get a check of what we're seeing right here in the way of the fog. You can see fog all along the coast of the North Bay and the peninsula. It's back in the forecast for us today, and as a result, we are looking at a cooler forecast. We're going to continue to cool it down as we head into the weekend, your holiday weekend, a cooler one. Looking at fog pretty much all weekend long around the Bay and coast into the morning hours. Certainly cooler, and then by Monday we bump up temperatures a little bit on Labor Day, and we continue to warm up just a bit as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, back into the 90s as we head into Wednesday and Thursday through your inland spots with 80s around the Bay and 60s by the coast. James.
All right, Ev, thank you much. And again at 5:56, a reminder, if you're heading out and planning to use the Bay Bridge this morning, stop! Look at your TV. It's completely shut down. They're cutting it up. So don't take the Bay Bridge. It is completely shut down and will stay shut down for all of Labor Day weekend. We're going to have more on this story coming up in just a minute, and in a live interview actually with Bart Ney, the chief spokesperson for Caltrans. We'll get an update on how things are working out up there. We'll be right back.